Can I be honest? As someone who at times struggles with being a disorganized attachment style or fearful avoidant, sometimes I have difficulty defining what a relationship is or how it should be and what do men want, what do women want. And it seems like it's something that we should just know. But honestly, it's so confusing these days. I mean, really confusing. So some people know what men want and what women want. Always amazing to me when people say they have the definitive answer, that they know exactly what we want and they know exactly what they want. And I'm not so sure. I mean, I could tell you that I want to be treated nicely, that I want to be treated kindly, but how many people say that and then they attract dirt bags? So it's all confusing and it's very, very complex. Now, that said, all women say they don't like a dog, they don't like a cheater, they don't like a man who mistreats them. So if we want to talk about a man who could be really smooth and like give some really good tips, I think the first thing that we need to start with is what you don't want to do. So here are some things that are very common that women don't want, because there's this whole red pill thing going on right now that I'm sure most of you are familiar with, alpha male, and they kind of mistreat women. From the mantra of, if you want a lot of men, this is what you have to do to have them chasing after you. And this is what you have to do if you want a bunch of women. And that just ain't cool, especially if you have an avoidant or fearful avoidant attachment style. That will be the recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for chaos, craziness, dysfunction, and that's what they're doing. But we want to lean more into what would get us to a more secure attachment style. So here are the things that you do not want to do, men, if you're listening. Number one, mixed signals. Sending confusing messages about feelings. We don't like that. Number two, testing boundaries. Pushing limits to see how far they can go or how far you can go. Please don't do that. You will make somebody who is a fearful avoidant attachment style feel crazy. And you don't want us to start acting crazy, because we're going to zigzag your butt all over the place. And you don't want that. Three, the silent treatment, withholding communication to gain control. Four, love bombing. That's overwhelming with affection in order to manipulate. Five, jealousy induction, making your partner or the person that you're dating feel jealous to gauge their interest. Number six, playing hard to get, acting aloof to increase attraction. Seven, gaslighting, making your person doubt their own perceptions or feelings. Okay, so see, now we're getting into some narcissism. We don't want the narky narcs. And number eight, flirting with others, seeking validation outside the relationship. Those are all very toxic things that some men are teaching other men to do. That is not healthy, and it's not going to give you what you want in the long run. It just perpetuates the toxicity and it gives you an excuse to not connect. So if you need to do all of that, then you might want to consider getting a pet, and that pet might not like you. So just be a little careful about, we just want to put a big X over all those things. Here's the deal, people. People who have a fearful avoidant attachment style, they're like a seesaw already. They're always fighting for a balance, and they may feel fine until they meet you, until you come into their life, right? And then that's when they go crazy. That's when they start to go haywire. So the thing that you want to give people, and I've learned this from working with children who potentially could potentially have personality disorders, even though not supposed to diagnose them at a young age. But I believe that if you did, then we could start correcting some of those neurotransmitters that are, all over the place. So anyway, sometimes you give them what they want. Did I say that? That's like the opposite of the red pill. And they might do that if they're manipulating. But the truth is, give them what they want. A disorganized attachment style might say, I don't even know what I want. I just feel like I need to be treated well. I need to be treated with kindness. I need to be treated with security. They want and need security really, really badly. So you want to build stability. If you say you're going to do something, follow through with it. Follow through. Do not say you're going to do something. Don't say we're going on a date on Saturday. Don't say that I'm going to bring you a surprise. Don't say I'm going to bring you dinner. Don't say I'm going to come hang out with you. Don't say we're going to do crafts together. Don't say we're going to take a walk at 5 o'clock every day after work and then not do it. That's the worst thing you can do for somebody with this attachment style. It just ain't cool. So please do not do that. And if you mess up, you need a call as soon as you can and say, hey, I'm thinking about you right now. And I'm so sorry this happened, but I promise I'm going to make it up to you. And then really, truly make it up to them. Tell them what day, what time, give them some details. But just, you want to give them what you want, what they want, especially as ladies. Be a gentleman. Now, some people might argue the whole women's movement thing, but I'm just telling you, the reason why we have so much confusion is because nobody's playing any type of roles. And you might feel like, I don't want to play a role. I don't feel like doing that. But it helps if we have some definition. And I always say, and people might get mad at me, this might be a controversial statement, right? But I always say women have to have babies. They got to carry them for 9 months and they got to breastfeed, right? So women have an automatic role, especially if you end up having children, and men do not have that role. So what is a man's role in the relationship? If you're doing all the same things, I'm equal to a man. I should be working as hard as he is in a 9 to 5. Yeah, but he ain't got to have no baby, and he ain't got to have the other stuff that you have to have every month to have one. So maybe I'm saying a little bit too much there, but I'm just saying, give the man a role. Allow him to have a role in your life. And one of the great roles that he can have is being a gentleman. He's got more upper body strength than you. Even though you might say, I can do everything a man can do, he can't do everything you can do. He can't have a baby, a beautiful baby. And so he's got that upper body strength. Let him carry some boxes. Give him a purpose. Let him solve a problem. Men, be ready to solve problems for women. Make their lives easier in that way. Be ready to be chivalrous. Date them. Be kind to them. Be nice. Be their amazing. Be their funny person. Be their chivalry. Be their kindness. Do all those really nice things for her. And you can even spice it up with having a little bit of a personality, or a wicked sense of humor, or a little sarcasm, or maybe you dress really cool to add something, some flavor. Guys, here's a secret tip that you may or may not know, but just try it. Give it a try. Tell her, I'll do anything you want me to do, but I don't want you to do anything for me. And see how well that works. And I know it might sound counterintuitive. It might sound weird. In some circles, the man feels like, you should cook dinner for me. You should serve me. You should be vacuuming and cleaning and doing all this stuff. But try the strategy of, I don't want you to do anything for me. I want to do everything for you. See how that works. Just try it out. So I'm going to give you a few more quick tips, guys, if you're listening. So these are some ways that you can really turn a woman on because you want to turn her on. Relationships are supposed to be about feeling romantic. That's what makes it fun. But everybody these days, they're taking the freaking romance out of it. So I'm going to give you some things, man, because I know I hate being confused. So, number one, active listening. That means paying full attention when she speaks and showing genuine interest. Number two, respecting boundaries, acknowledging her comfort levels and personal space. Three, compliments, offering sincere compliments that make her feel valued. Number four, thoughtful gestures, surprising her with small acts of kindness like bringing her favorite snack. Number five, being punctual, arriving on time for dates or meetings to show respect for her time. And I'm laughing because some people are just chronically late, and that's just in their DNA. Six, polite communication, using respectful language and tone even during disagreements. Seven, chivalry. I love chivalry. Holding doors open, offering his arm, or helping her with heavy items. Offer your coat. If it's chilly, just be cool like that. Number eight, supportive actions, encouraging her goals and being there for her during tough times. Number nine, quality time, make an effort to spend meaningful time together without distractions. And number 10, honesty, being open and truthful about feelings and intentions. Just do it. These are ways to be smooth. And before you know it, she's gonna fall so in love with you. And if you are also a fearful avoidant attachment style, then these little tips will help your woman, your lady, to feel very secure, and she won't know, like, why am I falling so hard for this guy? He's so yummy. She's going to be bragging to her friends about you. She's not going to be like on the phone talking to her friends, talking about how confused she is because you have the strategy of treating her like dirt. So be consistent, be smooth, and you'll win that girl over every time. So let me know in the comments if you think my strategies will work. Like this video. If you want me to do more disorganized attachment style, I will. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I'm learning this right along with you. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and check out my books. I wrote uno, dos, tres books, and as a disorganized attachment style, I kind of wrote them for myself to kind of give myself some guidelines. Like the one about narcissism, I needed some help too. And then I wrote a book about love, and it will help you if you are disorganized attachment style to give you some places to start so that you can feel more secure. And then I love learning about personality types. So I wrote From ENFJ with Love, and I cover all 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. I'll put the links in the description box, and I'll see you, my beautiful people, on the next video. Now go date. Bye.